Hey, afternoon, folks. This time around, we are touching on computer science code 0478. And the topic of interest is going to be ethics in computer science. Now, when we talk of ethics, we are interested in ethical, legal, and cultural issues. What do other people think of the manner in which you act with regards to the usage of computing systems? So by the end of this session, we are expecting students to be able to define or explain what ethics means in terms of computing. Also, we should be able to identify ethical issues that relate to computer systems and data. Being responsible and also identifying irresponsibility use of technology. We are also going to discuss implications of data and collection as well as automation. Then we apply ethical thinking to real life computing scenarios. Now, the terms that we are going to encounter are terms such as ethics, moral responsibility, data privacy, bias, intellectual property, automation, surveillance, artificial intelligence. So when we talk of ethics, we are going to be concerned about questions such as, is it always right to use technology just because we can? Or can a computer system ever be unethical? Or is it a user or programmer? So first thing first, we want to look at the definition of ethics in computer science. When we talk of ethics, this is the moral principles that guide or govern how computers, data, technology should be designed. And also we look at if its effects, does it harm or disturb other people's thinking, or does it have an effect on societal views or beliefs? Key ethical concerns, we are going to look at privacy, fairness, accountability, safety, as well as honestness. Let's have a look at these 10 problems that we have. We're going to be discussing them together to test whether the action or activity happening being ethical or unethical. A mobile app collects user location without permission. So here we are worried about privacy. So this is going to be considered unethical because the person being located needs to give permission or consent to say, let the people proceed. Then accessing someone's account without consent, even just to look, this is hacking. You are invading someone's territory without their consent. So this is another unethical consent. Right, next we have privacy within software. If you download Craig software without paying the creator, this is also unethical because the developer or the owner of the software does not have financial rewards out of their hard work. Then we also have sometimes bias within artificial intelligence. So we have a hiring algorithm that rejects applicants from certain backgrounds. I mean, this is unethical because people should be treated fairly, especially when an algorithm is deemed to be behaving in a fair manner. Surveillance within schools, installing cameras with no notice to students. Again, it's another privacy consent. So this is unethical because people need to give consent to say they can be monitored. Social media manipulation. We have algorithms that spread misinformation. So this is actually harmful and unethical. Why? Because it may lead to some people making wrong decisions due to dissatisfaction of things that we have happen to them. Automation and jobs. Let's have a look at this area. Well, replacing all workers with machine without support or retraining plan, it raises unethical concerns. Because people are going to lose a job, how do they survive? So they need to be retrained to operate those machines so that their livelihood is restored or recaptured. Data accuracy, entering false data in a medical system could risk lives. So this is also unethical. Because when you enter false data, it might end up giving wrong medication or people thinking they have got certain diseases which actually do not exist. Then plagiarism, copying program code and claim it is your own. I mean, this is also an unethical behavior, because if the code is not yours, then you need to specify or acknowledge the creator or the owner of the original work. Cyberbullying, using digital platforms to harass others, this is also unethical and actually dangerous, because you could harm other people psychologically or emotionally. So that's what we have from the examples that we discussed about. I hope that was a light introduction to ethical concerns around computer usage. Let's check if we can proceed with 10 questions below. We are being required to define ethics in computer science. So ethics, like we said, it has to do with morals. Ethics in computer science, we say this refers to moral principles that guide the responsible and acceptable use of computers, data, and technology, and to avoid harm to individuals or society. So we are saying it has to do with moral responsibility in computer usage without bringing harm to others. Then we want two examples of unethical computer usage. I think we spoke about them earlier. We can talk of plagiarism. Plagiarism is an unethical act because this is work that has been created by someone. Or sometimes we can think of hacking. You are getting into someone's information without consent. So we can look at hacking or software plagiarism. All these are examples of unethical computer use. Why is data privacy an ethical issue? Well, data privacy concerns, they are there because sometimes data is private because one needs to use it in personal levels. They don't want it to be exposed or to be shared with the public without their consent. So this is an ethical issue because people's people's privacy should not be invaded without their consent. So here we are worried that someone simply gets access to your information without you giving them that right. Then the next problem we are interested in explaining why hacking is ethically wrong. Well, sometimes hacking can be ethically correct if it's done in a manner that wants to advise maybe organization of vulnerabilities within their systems. But hacking on its own is wrong because one is gaining access to computer systems or data without authorization. So here we are saying gaining access to computer systems without authorization is unethical. So when you hack, you are gaining access which does not have permission or discretion. So next, we are interested in the bias to say when we say bias in computer system, what are we saying? Here we are interested in algorithms or softwares that make decisions based on certain factors, such as perhaps credit values or, credit backgrounds. So this might result in giving other people a favor or an advantage amongst the group. So here we are saying bias, it occurs when algorithms or softwares make decisions which disadvantage some groups within the society. Right. Give one ethical issue related to artificial intelligence and our understanding of artificial intelligence. These are machines that are mimicking human behavior, and sometimes, because they are taught, they might happen to make unfair decisions. Like I said earlier, some loan approvals might be made based on certain factors which are not ethical or human. So issues related to artificial intelligence is some algorithms make biased decisions, such as credit approvals. Times it makes a decision based on just a linear instruction that the algorithm will be given. Then why is software piracy unethical? Software piracy is unethical because there is no credit that is given to the owner of the information. So we can say the creator of software deserves acknowledgement and payment of their hard work. So if someone is pirating, then it means they are bypassing or they are ignoring that area. So it leads to unethical issues within the computer system. State one, ethical concern with surveillance systems. One is to give people consent to be monitored. Otherwise, that will be invading people's privacy. So surveillance systems, they invade people's privacy. They invade people's privacy. So one needs to give consent to be monitored. Explain why cyberbullying is an unethical issue. Well, this is usage of a computer system on social platforms. This can cause sometimes harassment, emotional harm, and distress to others. So there are things which are negative that it brings. Like we said, it distresses, brings social harm, and also harassment to others. So that's unethical. Then who is responsible for ethical use of computers? The user of the or the developer. So here we can say both are responsible. The developer has to specify how the software should be used so that it is fair, it does not uh, give others advantage over certain issues such as perhaps the social backgrounds and all that. So both are responsible. Developer need to be unbiased in the process of developing the software, and also the user needs to follow and respect the software guides. I think that's basically it on the ethics behind usage of computer systems. Basically, here we are interested in making sure that when we engage in computer usage, whatever we do should not have moral effect on others, sometimes private way of thinking, consent, you name it. I hope you guys you found it interesting. Let's meet again in the last part where we are going to be closing on decisions to say, is this action ethical or not under computer usage? Thank you.